going on, guys? Today I will be ranking, in my opinion, the best or coolest looking avatars for the Platinum Founders Edition for Lost Ark, coming to the NA/EU version of the game. Let's get started. The first classes or set that I want to go over is going to be the fighters, just kind of going in the way of this list. And the first one is going to be the Berserker, as seen here, the Paladin, seen here, and the Gun Lancer. Now, when I was first going through it, I had an initial set, and then going through it the second time around, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to switch this up a little bit. I honestly think a lot of people would put Paladin, which is a support class, by the way, at number 1, just because it just looks really, really good. And this picture right here honestly gives me a lot of Tyrael vibes from D3. But, however, that is not my number 1 pick. For me, it would be the Gun Lancer. I really love the color scheme and the color palette, and how just his weapon, just his gun lance just looks really, really clean. I love the aesthetic of it overall. However, I will be giving the Paladin my number 2 slot between the fighters here. I gotta put respect on Tyrael's name. Unfortunately, the first time around, Berserker was supposed to be number 2, but when I looked at it again, it looked like a really scuffed Digimon, which I can't remember the name of, and so it kind of lost a couple points for that. It is what it is, but regardless, the Berserker still looks really, really clean, but between these three, he's going to have to be number 3 for me. Moving on to the martial artists, we have the Striker, the War Dancer, which is the female version of the Striker, still plays different, a little bit different here and there. They have their differences. The Scrapper or the Infighter right here, and the Soulfist right here. Now, I will say that in this picture, the Soulfist is kind of angled differently, and maybe it's that the hands are positioned in a way that the angle also helps it to not show it there. Maybe that's the case. However, I have also seen a picture of this same layout where she had kind of something covering up the cleavage. So as of right now, I'm not sure which version we would get. I would hope we get this version, and if so, that'd be fantastic. But regardless of which version we get, in my opinion, I have a very high bias or a very huge preference towards the color blue, because it is my favorite color, dude. I don't care. Soulfist is getting this dub. Number 1, sex sells. Just look at her. You know what I'm saying? Hey, number 1 is going to the Soulfist for me. And that's just how it is. Now, I also thought the Scrapper and the War Dancer, I don't really care too much for either of their color palettes. There's nothing that just is super vibrant or stands out like extremely well to me, but I had to give it to the War Dancer for number 2, just because I'm gonna be honest with you, the Scrapper just kind of slacking. That's just my opinion. It just don't feel that strong in comparison to the War Dancer. However, I do think the Striker does look really clean. I think it's like the Ryu slash Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan, kind of just one of them badass martial artist dudes that's just gonna fuck you up. And that's what I think the Striker is. I think it appeals to a target audience. It hits it on the mark, and it just looks really clean. So Striker is going to be 3 for me, War Dancer at 2, and then unfortunately Scrapper is going to be number 4. Moving on to the ranged classes. I guess I would call them ranged. I can't call them archers, but you get the point. We're going to start off with the Gunslinger right here. There is no in-game picture for her, which this picture also, she's posed kind of the same way right here. But the Gunslinger is going to be the female version of the Deadeye. Again, they play differently, but it's the male-female counterparts. This is the Deadeye, and here's the Artillerist, which I'm not impressed. It's just so not that cool, honestly. I'm just going to be real with you. And then the Sharpshooter. Now, I have loved Legolas, like, ever since I saw him. Dude popped off, just sniping kids, sniping orcs and goblins and everything in between. Just pew, 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 and just making it look clean. So Sharpshooter, is my favorite class as of right now. That's what I play on Russia, at least. But I will say his does not look that great. The Deadeye, at least just because of the in-game version, I'm able to see kind of more detail to it. And being able to see the pistol, sniper, and shotgun. Deadeye, hands down. If I'm taking one of these 4 classes, I'm taking the Deadeye one. Just because, based off of this, I can see more. And his detail looks really, really good. The Sharpshooter with the hood on looks great. With the hood off, not that great. So I would tie the Gunslinger just a little bit above, but ultimately kind of tie with the Sharpshooter. In comparing those, and honestly, like I said, the Artillerist, I don't even know what's going on here. Dude's supposed to be like a blaster type dude, but he got like these little wings coming up that look like little shoulder guard pad things, and then, you know, like his gun, that's the biggest thing on him. It don't even look that great. I mean, go look at the Warlord is what I wanted to say, but the Gun Lancer, go look at him. Or go look at the Berserker, and their weapons look phenomenal. Look at this dude, and it's just like, bro, that looks like you could be picking up a motorcycle for all I know. Like, come on, man. So yeah, I don't know. Artillerists don't even look that great to me. Moving on, we do have the Bard and the Sorceress. Now, honestly, I think these 2 classes are the 2 best avatars that we're getting off rip. Yes, I am biased towards the color blue. Yes, I am about that cultured life, and I know what the Zettai Ryoki is. And if you don't know what that is, I feel sorry for you. But yes, to me, short number 1, it's just that good looking, in my opinion. And Bard is going to be at number 2 because there's only 2 classes. Then finally, we have the Assassins, the Shadow Hunter, aka the Demonic. And then we have the Deathblade. And I'm not going to lie to you, Deathblade just looks super weak. Like, if you look at the Shadow Hunter in comparison to the Deathblade, if I'm taking an Assassin based off of the Avatar, I'm taking the Shadow Hunter 100%. Like, it just looks that much better, and there's so much more going on in her Avatar compared to this. Like, bruh, I don't even know, man. Come on, bruh. And so that's how I would do it for the Shadow Hunter. But if I were to be forced to choose out of all of these, like a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I definitely would go Sorc 1, except it's censored here, as you can tell. It's different here compared to here. So I'd go Sorc 1, Bard 2. Honestly, this is going to be weird to say, but Shadow Hunter is going to be at 3. Actually, let me scratch that. Soul Fist is going to be at 3. I apologize. Then Shadow Hunter at 4. Honestly, they could change. And then, last but not least, I'm taking Gun Lancer at 5. That'd be my top 5 for all the avatars that are coming out on the NA EU version. And then I also broke them down depending on how, if you wanted to look at them like boxed as their separate general classes. Let me know if y'all agree. Let me know if you disagree. Like I said, I gave my preferences, I gave my biases, and it is what it is. But I'm very much looking forward to the NA launch of this game. I'll be covering it a lot once it comes out at twitch.tv/Tuglow. If you haven't already, I do already play the Russian version there. Play the Hawkeye, aka Sharpshooter, and my Bard as well. But when NA comes, so V. So I will, like I said, I will be making a lot of videos, and I will be streaming it a lot. And I hope to see y'all in the next video. Peace, late.